Last time, wait, where'd the bonehead go? Hey, you're supposed to be standing right there.
So, you want me to get stabbed by knives? Nah, I just want a snow cone.
Actually, before we get into the real video, I actually want to point something out, as someone pointed this out to me on Twitter. Let's look at the keywords for this video. Top 10 most evil Pokemon. Top 10 evil Pokemon. Top 10 evil teams. Top 10 most creepy Pokemon. Top 10 most scariest Pokemon. Top 10 most creepiest Pokemon. Top 10 most scary Pokemon. Top 10 most scariest things in Pokemon. Top 10 scariest Pokemon Pokedex entries. Top 10 scariest Pokemon creepypastas. Top 10 scariest Pokemon theories.
You're dead to me, can opener!
Pokemon are evil. Pokemon Evil Ash.
Hi, I'm Dave Brown, the lampshade guy.
At number 8, we have the Iron Mask Marauders Pokemon.
Alright, so I don't really have much of a problem with this segment, although I could say that the Dark Balls were destroyed and the Pokemon were captured were turned back to good, and it's not really their choice. It's more brainwashing than actually being evil.
And it don't matter. None of this matters.
But whatever, it's a grayscale, so I'll let you guys decide it on your own. But this does raise another question. If you want to put the Dark Ball Pokemon on here, then why not Shadow Pokemon?
Oh my god!
Acceptable.
I mean, aside from making them OP level maxing them, there isn't much of a difference between them.
I'm reciprocal!
Wandering in at number 7, we have Marshadow. Now, if you didn't know, Marshadow is based on the ancient Hawaiian Night Marcher, which is basically a ghost of a fallen warrior who died in the line of battle. And because of this interesting origin, I came up with a theory that may explain why Marshadow is so destructive. Why Marshadow is so destructive. What if the story of a Marshadow begins with an innocent Pokemon who is burnt by the flames of a channeler? Because if you didn't know, according to Channeler's Pokedex entry, those who are burnt by his ominous flame lose their way and wander this world forever. And after being burnt by a channeler and sent to the world of lost spirits, a wandering Dusknoir appears and guides it back to where it disconnected from its body. But upon arrival, this Pokemon's lost spirit is unable to merge back with its dead body and then transforms into a Marshadow who is filled with anger.
Alright, it's all well and good to have theories, but there's nothing really to back up your claim, Dobbs. Nor does it really prove that Marshadow is evil. Anger doesn't equal evil. Which could explain Marshadow's actions in the latest Pokemon movie, I Choose You. But it's just a theory. Let me know what you guys think. Explain, is that... What? If you're referring to when Marshadow was attacking the group, you need to remember that Marshadow was doing its job, since Cross had grabbed the rainbow feather and effectively corrupted it due to the wickedness in his heart.
You see, the rainbow wing loses its color when touched by one with an evil heart.
And even caused the feather to go black. Then when Marshadow saw this, he took the feather back, and due to the corrupted energy in it, it tainted Marshadow. Heck, it attacks Cross again when Cross tries to take the feather back by force. Did you even watch the movie, Dobbs? And if you're referring to when Marshadow gave Ash nightmares, that was something to give Ash a swift kick in the pants that say, hey, don't take your friends for granted, genius, otherwise you're gonna corrupt the feather. Your theory does nothing to explain Marshadow's actions in the movie when they're pretty easy to understand, if you just paid attention. What next?
Moving on to number 6, we have Zubat and its evolutionary line.
Oh, joy!
I'm sure that most of you Pokemon fans can agree that Zubat can be one of the most annoying things that you can encounter while playing the games. Going through caves become the biggest nightmare ever because a never-ending flurry of Zubat are constantly popping up in your face. That's why you need repels if you want any kind of enjoyment inside of a cave. Think about how common a Zubat is.
Annoying doesn't equate to evil. You're acting like the Zubat do this.
I can't see where I'm going.
Is it really fair to attribute a bad part of game design to a Pokemon? It's kind of out of its control.
Then think about its evolution, Golbat. Let's look a little bit deeper. Pokedex entry time. Golbat loves the blood of humans and Pokemon. Once it starts sucking blood, it does not stop until it's full. It instantly draws and gulps down more than 10 ounces of blood at a time. If it sucks out 10 ounces a second, we would die. Then when a Golbat evolves, the threat becomes even larger. Now we have a 165.3 pound Crobat that could fly silently and much faster. I know that there's a lot of carnivorous Pokemon, and just like real animals, there is a food chain.
Yes, how dare the wild animals actually want to eat and survive. Once again, natural instinct doesn't make it evil. It just makes it dangerous. And dangerous and evil are not synonymous.
This entire evolutionary family can be really, really dangerous, but of course the most evil is Zubat. Zubat lived to make our lives miserable.
What? Because I'm Batman.
Teleporting in at number 5, we have Nihilego. Now, Nihilego is easily by far one of the most terrifying Pokemon to ever exist, and there's a good reason for that. Unlike most Pokemon, Nihilego doesn't have a rational decision-making brain. It only abides by its instinctual thinking, which basically means it only thinks about one thing: survival. So, if you were in the Pokemon world and one of these alien parasites saw you, it would already be too late because it would immediately latch onto your head and inject neurotoxins that would slowly wear away your sanity.
And that makes it evil how? Dangerous, yes, but if it's only acting in instinct, then it's not really able to have the concept of good or evil. Also, the Pokedex entries for it say that it's unclear if it's sentient or not, so there's no real proof proving that it does act on instinct or not. Not to mention, the only time we see the parasite Pokemon actually fuse with a character, Lucemine, she seems able to control herself. Heck, she battles you with her Pokemon.
Not only that, but according to his Pokedex entry, it has been reported that those who are infected by Nihilego suddenly become very violent. So you're not only a walking zombie that's being controlled by an alien parasite, but rather you're a very violent walking zombie that will fight anything that gets in your way. And to put the icing on the cake, Nihilego has the ability to merge itself with its host. So yeah, you're pretty screwed if one of these alien creatures finds you, because you're not gonna live for long.
That doesn't prove it's evil! I swear, this should be the list of the most dangerous Pokemon.
You see, they just didn't care.
At number 4, we have Spiritomb. This one has to be on this list, because this Pokemon is literally 108 evil spirits bound to a stone.
No. It wasn't fused by 108 evil spirits, it was just regular spirits. That's not even in the Pokedex. Where you're getting the evil portion from, I have no clue. So I'm just going to ignore the rest of this since you're basing it off a false pretense.
I'm responsible.
Moving on to number 2, we have Gourgeist.
Wait, no, don't bring that up. You don't know what you're doing!
Acceptable.
You see that smile? Do not trust it, because that is not a smile filled with sunshines and rainbows. Nah, it's usually smiling like that whenever its victim is crying in pain. We have other Pokemon such as Hypno that could eat your dreams and possibly be a kidnapper, but at least it doesn't sing when they murder something. Let's read Gourgeist's lovely Pokedex entry. It enwraps its prey in its hair-like arms. It sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey. They take delight in seeing their prey slowly die in front of it.
Wait. Okay, I know I'm bringing back arguments from my shitty solo commentary on our top 20 creepiest Pokédex entries, but here the question stands out because we're talking about how the Pokemon is evil, not how creepy a Pokédex entry is. How exactly is Gourgeist even killing its prey? For all we know, it could just be singing a song, and the mon it's singing to could just be struggling to get away because Gourgeist could just be horribly tone deaf. There is next to no information to go by here. Also, look at its dead vines of arms. How can a Pokemon not break free from its grass?
This is on another level of cruel. I know that there's a lot of carnivorous Pokemon, and just like real animals, there is a food chain. Instead of just killing their food and chowing down, this thing literally plays with its food in the worst type of way.
If you knew this, why did you paint a lot of your entries ignoring that and paint the Pokemon for evil just for following their natural order?
I'm responsible.
Exploding in at number 1, we have Evoltal. Guys, this is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. Now you probably saw this coming.
Lots of people tell me, PvT you blow, but when it comes to Ghost Rider,
But Yveltal is literally the definition of an evil Pokemon. Not only is it a dark legendary type, or should I say an evil legendary type.
Alright, stop. There are a few things I need to bring up. First, it's known as the Destruction Pokemon, not the definition of evil. Also, if you're so gung-ho about the dark type being evil typing, then why isn't your entire list full of nothing but dark type Pokemon?
It's actually called the evil type, so Game Freak basically declared all these Pokemon in Generation 2 as evil.
By your own logic, every Pokemon that has the dark typing should be considered some sort of the evilest Pokemon.
Hey guys, what the what here, back again from MangaKamen's basement. He won't let me out. He said he wanted a cameo and he won't let me out. It's a little weird, I guess. It's a little weird he won't let me out, but I guess in order to earn my freedom I have to prove something, I guess. I don't know. It's a retarded Poketuber. I don't know what the fuck he expects.
But the Middle English spelling of the word evil is seen directly in its name.
Oh, I see, because he has the word evil in his name. Ah, yes. Yes, Houndoom has Doom in his name. Doom. And obviously, Houndoom is an evil Pokemon by nature. It's not like it's just a aesthetic choice or something to make him look cool. It's nothing like that. But so far, there's no reasoning. So far, his only reasoning is his name and his race.
Now what puts Yveltal on top of this list is due to his natural behavior and its role in the Pokemon world. While Exerdius was made for creation and life, Yveltal on the other hand was made for destruction and death. Which basically means Arceus created this legendary Pokemon to destroy and kill things. He's basically the Beerus of the Pokemon world.
Ah yes. Ah yes. I do remember watching 5 seconds of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Battle of Gods when Beerus was totally the villain. He was totally evil because he destroyed things. That's right. I don't think he watched Dragon Ball. Alright, Dobbs, you incompetent piece of shit, guess I'm gonna have to freaking educate you on something. There is a difference between a full-on villain and an antagonist. Now, a villain is someone who is, by nature of the story, evil. So, this could be someone like Sauron, or, YouTube commenters. These are the scum of the earth. These are people who are evil by design. They are villains. They are malicious. However, antagonists do not necessarily have to be evil. In Hajime no Ippo, Ippo fights many antagonists because he is the protagonist. Antagonists are things that are against the protagonist for the sake of the story, because you know that's what you have to get. You don't just have a protagonist and then nothing. You have an antagonist, a force that goes against the protagonist. So, Beerus is not a villain. I don't think you know how the process of things work. Destruction is not inherently bad, especially not in the case of Dragon Ball, which if you actually watch the movie, and like not even Super, just the fucking movie, you realize that Beerus is just an asshole. But he's not evil, he's just an asshole. He's an antagonist for the sake of the film. Because the way the universe works is that there are Kaioshins, which create planets. They create life, they create planets to raise the mortal level. And Kaishins, or the gods of destruction, they destroy things that are inherently bad for the universe. And the Kaioshins, they create life to replace that. That's what Beerus is supposed to do, but Beerus is incompetent and Shin is incompetent. That's like the whole thing of Dragon Ball Super. It's almost like they say it in the movie or something. It's almost like you're just using this argument because you saw the word destruction and decided destruction is apparently bad. Dragon Ball Super, the whole it's not like Beerus is like on the side of the main characters or anything. It's not like consistently throughout the entire series he's on the side of the protagonist to fight against others. It's because no, he's totally evil. He's totally evil. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? If you're gonna argue that, Hajime no Ippo, freaking Ippo Makunochi, boxes a bunch of people, but they're not all evil. Are you gonna say that Sendo is evil because he's fighting Ippo? Because he's trying to destroy his opponents? Really makes you think, doesn't it? Okay.
On top of that, it is said in his Pokedex entry, when its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. So in the event of Yveltal dying, we all die. And that's it. He's kind of a big deal, and none of us definitely wouldn't want to mess with this evil Pokemon, which is why he is number 1 on this list.
Once again, that doesn't make you get evil. Yes, death itself is not necessarily evil. Also, how would the Pokedex know this fact? If it did absorb all life, that means there would be no one to be able to record this information. There are so many questions to bring up here, but whatever. And that's pretty much the video, save for plugging. Oh boy, there was a lot going on here. From misinformation, from making information up, from not taking advantage of actually working together. Seriously, it's something that has actually surprised me. I haven't watched Dobbs in about over a year since my last commentary on him, and that was an issue there too. There wasn't any actual collaboration between the two creators. It comes up as really sanitized that they're not really doing it because it was fun, but as a business deal. I mean, that's the impression I got, but once again, that's just me. In any case, like I said, this list seems more like it'd be talking about the most dangerous Pokemon, or the most creepy Pokemon, or the scariest Pokemon based on the entries.
This frame is a clear indication that they just didn't care.
I mean, if it was any one of those descriptors, then I wouldn't be making this video. In any case, there's not a lot left to say except I'm MangaKamen, and remember to examine your fandom.
Take a look at this guy. Go ahead, take a good long look. You see, they just didn't care.
Liable.